A small, harmless caterpillar that can transform its body in an instant to look like a deadly venomous snake, fooling every predator that crosses its path. This is not a trick from a fantasy movie or a made-up tale. This is a real living wonder of nature, found in the lush, dense, tropical rainforests of Central and South America. The star of today's story is the hawkmoth caterpillar, scientifically known as Hemeroplanes triptolemus, a tiny insect that has turned mimicry into an art form, defying the odds of survival in a world where every small creature is constantly at risk of being hunted. To understand just how incredible this little caterpillar is, we have to step into its world, a wild green maze of leaves, branches, and damp soil, where danger lurks around every corner. For most caterpillars, life is a constant battle to eat, grow, and avoid becoming a snack for birds, frogs, lizards, spiders, and even other insects. They are soft, slow, and completely defenseless. No claws, no sharp teeth, no poison to fight back. Most rely on camouflage, blending into leaves or bark, to stay hidden, but the hawkmoth caterpillar takes this a step further. It doesn't just hide it, pretends to be something so terrifying that no predator dares to attack it. When this caterpillar is resting, it looks like an ordinary, unassuming larva, long, green, and thin, clinging to the stems of its favorite host plants, feeding quietly on leaves without drawing any attention. Its body is a soft shade of green that matches the tropical foliage perfectly, making it nearly invisible to any predator that isn't looking extremely closely. But the moment it senses danger, whether it's the shadow of a bird overhead, the touch of a curious lizard, or the vibration of a hunter moving nearby, this tiny caterpillar performs a transformation that has amazed scientists and nature lovers for decades. It tucks its real head under its body, arches its back, and inflates the segments of its body near its head, stretching its skin to create a wide, flat, triangular shape that is identical to the head of a venomous viper. The markings on its body shift to look like the eyes, scales, and distinct pattern of a deadly snake, complete with dark, menacing eye spots that stare forward just like a striking serpent. The resemblance is so precise that even experienced naturalists have to take a second look to tell the difference between the caterpillar and a real snake. What makes this mimicry even more impressive is that the caterpillar doesn't stop at just looking like a snake. It acts like one too. Once it has inflated its body to create the snake head illusion, it sways back and forth, slowly mimicking the menacing coiled posture of a viper ready to strike. It holds this position for minutes at a time, turning its fake snake head toward any threat, making itself look as large and dangerous as possible. For small predators that are terrified of venomous snakes, this display is more than enough to make them turn and run. A bird that was about to swoop down for an easy meal will suddenly veer away, scared of being bitten by a snake it thinks is right there. A lizard that was climbing toward the caterpillar will freeze and scurry off, not wanting to risk a deadly bite. This simple, brilliant trick turns a helpless caterpillar into one of the most feared creatures in its immediate habitat, all without any real weapons or poison. To fully appreciate this adaptation, we have to look at the snake. It mimics the eyelash viper, a small but highly venomous snake that lives in the same rainforest habitat as the caterpillar. The eyelash viper is a top predator for small animals with a painful, dangerous bite that can injure or kill creatures much larger than the caterpillar. Every animal in the rainforest learns to avoid this snake from birth, wired by instinct to fear its triangular head and bright markings. The hawkmoth caterpillar has evolved to tap into that deep-seated fear, using the predator's own instincts against it. This is not a random coincidence. It is the result of millions of years of natural selection. Over time, the caterpillars that had slightly larger, more snake-like markings survived longer and had more offspring, passing those traits down. Gradually, the markings became more detailed, the ability to inflate the body became stronger, and the mimicry became so perfect that it is now one of the most effective defense mechanisms in the insect world. Scientists who study mimicry in nature call this Batesian mimicry, a term for when a harmless species evolves to look like a harmful or dangerous species to avoid being hunted. The hawkmoth caterpillar is one of the most famous examples of Batesian mimicry on the planet, and it is often held up as a perfect example of how evolution shapes animals to fit their environment. What makes this case even more special is that the mimicry is not just visual, it is behavioral too. The caterpillar's ability to sway like a snake adds an extra layer of realism that makes the disguise nearly unbeatable. In the wild, survival is all about small advantages, and this caterpillar has turned one small advantage into a superpower. The life cycle of this hawkmoth caterpillar only makes its story more fascinating. After spending weeks as a caterpillar, feeding and using its snake disguise to stay safe, it forms a cocoon and undergoes metamorphosis, emerging as a large, beautiful hawk moth. The adult moth has no need for the snake disguise. It has wings to fly away from danger and relies on different camouflage to hide during the day. But for the caterpillar stage, the snake mimicry is the difference between life and death. It is a temporary adaptation, perfectly tailored to the most vulnerable part of the insect's life. When we watch this caterpillar in action, we are witnessing a miracle of nature, a tiny, delicate creature outsmarting every predator in its environment with a trick that seems too clever to be real. It reminds us that the natural world is full of hidden wonders, and that even the smallest, most unassuming animals have incredible skills and adaptations that help them thrive. We often think of survival in the wild as being about strength, speed, or sharp claws, but the hawkmoth caterpillar proves that intelligence and trickery can be just as powerful. It doesn't fight, it doesn't run, it just pretends to be something scary, and that is enough. This is the magic of the animal kingdom. Every creature, no matter how small, has a role to play and a unique way to survive. The rainforest is full of these small miracles, but few are as dramatic or as captivating as the caterpillar that turns into a snake. It is a reminder that nature is always full of surprises, and that there is still so much to learn about the creatures we share this planet with. Every time we look closer at the natural world, we find new examples of resilience, creativity, and evolution that leave us in awe. This caterpillar's story is not just about a bug pretending to be a snake. It is about the power of adaptation, the beauty of evolution, and the endless ingenuity of life on Earth. It shows us that even the most vulnerable beings can find a way to survive, using the tools they have and the world around them to their advantage. As we explore the wild corners of our planet, we must remember to protect these incredible creatures and their habitats. The rainforests, where this hawkmoth caterpillar lives, are disappearing at an alarming rate, putting countless species at risk of extinction. When we lose habitats, we lose these amazing natural stories, and we lose the chance to learn from the clever adaptations that have evolved over millions of years. Protecting wildlife means protecting these wonders, so that future generations can still witness the caterpillar that turns into a deadly snake, and all the other incredible creatures that make our planet so special. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel